Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi. Nice to see you again. How are you? Well, student, you have seen the first slide. What are they? Yeah, you've seen snacks, beverage, and also medicine. What do you usually find on the packages? Yeah, right. You will always find a label on the packages. So, today we are going to talk about label. Follow the lesson to the end, and then you will have just a little assignment for you. Take a look at this. Well, what is the objectives of our lesson today? Yang pertama adalah untuk mengidentifikasi supaya kalian bisa mengidentifikasi fungsi sosial, struktur teks, serta ciri kebahasaan. Yang berikutnya, setelah mempelajari teks berupa label, kalian bisa merespon informasi yang terdapat pada label secara benar. Next, setelah kalian mempelajari label, kalian bisa mempresentasikan informasi yang terdapat pada label secara lisan. Dan yang terakhir adalah supaya kalian bisa menggunakan kosakata dengan akurat. Why do you think it's important to understand the label? Yeah, if you understand the label, then it will protect us from harmful effect of certain ingredient. Jadi ketika kita mengetahui isi label itu, bisa menjaga kita dari efek-efek yang berbahaya dari bahan-bahan tertentu. Okay, next is we will be able to choose healthy and safe product to help us stay fit and healthy. Ini yang apalagi ini yang lebih penting gitu ya. Ketika kita mengetahui isi label, maka kita akan bisa memilih makanan atau produk yang sehat juga aman yang akan membantu kita untuk tetap fit dan juga sehat. And that's the important thing. Perhatikan contoh berikut ini ya. So please pay attention to the example. So this is a children's cough, sirup obat batuk untuk anak-anak. So ya, kalian lihat ada apa sajakah di sana? Ya, ada the drug, maksudnya nama dari obat itu, kemudian deskripsinya, berikut ada keterangan berapakah isinya, konten, kemudian apakah gunanya, digunakan untuk apa, ternyata tidak ada, not available. Berikutnya direction to use, apakah ada petunjuk penggunaannya, and direction to store, apakah ada petunjuk untuk penyimpanannya. Kemudian yang terakhir expiration date adalah kapankah obat itu terakhir boleh digunakan. Oke. Jadi label dari obat harus terdapat nama obatnya, kemudian deskripsinya, isinya, penggunaannya, kemudian petunjuk penggunaannya, petunjuk penyimpanannya, serta expiration date, ya tanggal expirednya. Okay, so jadi itu obat yang aman. Next is language feature atau ciri-ciri kebahasaan. Number one, use positive and negative imperative sentence. Kalian masih ingat apakah itu imperative sentence? Yes, right. Imperative sentence adalah kalimat perintah atau larangan. Contohnya, close the door. Okay, that's an imperative sentence. Don't be late. Jangan terlambat. That's also imperative sentence. Jadi imperative sentence itu adalah kalimat perintah atau larangan. Kalau kalimat perintah diawali dengan kata kerja langsung tanpa subjek. Kalau kalimat larangan dia langsung menggunakan don't. Oke, jadi imperative sentence adalah kalimat perintah atau larangan, dan kalimat perintah atau larangan tidak memerlukan subjek. Berikutnya use declarative sentence. Ya, declarative sentence is not kalimat lengkap, maksudnya declarative sentence, kalimat pernyataan. Berikutnya use model auxiliaries commonly used in label, menggunakan modal auxiliary yang biasa digunakan pada label. And the last is use singular and plural nouns correctly. Gunakanlah bentuk kata kerja tunggal ataupun jamak dengan benar.
Oh, hey! Ever wonder how your mom knows what medicine to give you when you're not feeling well? A lot of mom knowledge and a little but very important thing known as the drug facts label. The drug facts label is on all OTC medicines. OTC stands for over-the-counter and refers to medicines you buy without a doctor's prescription. The drug facts label can help you choose the right drug for you and your problem, and to help you use the medicine safely. It's on the box or other container your medicine comes in. Here, the active ingredients and purpose of the drug is explained. Things like the medicine's name, what it does, and how much is in each tablet, capsule, or teaspoon. The uses section lists what conditions the drug will treat. There's a warning section that tells you things you should know before using the medicine, such as when not to take it, when to talk to a doctor first, and how it can make you feel. There's other warnings too, like things you shouldn't do while taking it and when to stop using the medicine and ask a doctor for help. The directions part explains how to safely use the medicine, including how much, how often, and how long you can use it. There are even parts that tell you how to store your medicine when you're not using it and what's in the medicine, besides, well, medicine. Remember, all medicines, even OTC ones, can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the 411 on the drug facts label to avoid an OMG when you take your MED.
For more information, go to fda.gov/medsinmyhome.
Food labels can be tricky, so it's important to understand what these labels are actually telling you. The nutrition facts label can be broken down into 5 parts: serving size, calories, amount of nutrients, percent daily value, and the footnote portion. The serving size section tells what one serving size actually is and the total amount of servings in the container. Serving sizes are usually standardized to make it easy to compare similar foods. For instance, here are 2 food labels for organic soups: black bean vegetable on the left, chunky vegetable on the right. You can see both list the serving size as 1 cup or 245 grams. Next is the calories section. Calories are a measurement of energy from food for your body. Here we have the nutrition label for Lucky Charms cereal. Most people grab a bowl and fill it near the top, then add milk, paying no attention to serving size. But one serving size is actually 3/4 of a cup of the cereal and half a cup of non-fat milk. According to the serving size section, this would provide 150 total calories, 110 calories from the cereal and 40 calories from the milk. The full bowl of cereal and milk totaled 448 calories. So 150 calories versus 448 calories. Quite a difference. The next section lists the amount of nutrients in a serving size. Here you will see the macronutrients, fats, carbohydrates, and protein. Macronutrients are what provide calories or energy for your body. Other items listed usually include cholesterol and sodium, and typically under the carbohydrates section, the amount of fiber and sugar are listed. Cholesterol, sodium, and sugar are listed because many people overconsume these items, and fiber is listed because most people are deficient in it. The percentages on the right tell you the percentage of the recommended amount of each item in a serving size. These percentages are based on a person consuming a 2,000 calorie diet per day. For instance, the black bean vegetable soup provides 5 grams of fiber at 20%. This means that one serving of the soup provides 20% of the recommended amount of fiber most people need per day. Keep in mind that every person's nutrient needs are different. Percent of daily value is the next section. This section tells you the percentage of micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, in a serving size of the food item. Again, these percentages are based on a person consuming a 2,000 calorie diet per day. For instance, if we look at the Lucky Charms label, we see the cereal provides 10% of the recommended daily value of calcium, with the milk that increases to 25%. So one serving size of the cereal with the milk will provide 25% of the recommended amount of calcium most people need per day. Again, keep in mind that every person's nutrient needs are different. The last part of the food label is the footnote section. Once again, the percent daily values are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. This statement appears on all food labels, as you can see on this cracker label and on this yogurt label. The remaining portion you see on the yogurt label will appear if the size of the label is large enough. The recommended daily values are listed for several nutrients. and are based on public health experts' advice. They are listed for 2,000 and 2,500 calorie diets. The recommended daily values change for the energy nutrients, but stay the same for cholesterol, sodium, and potassium. You can also see that the recommendations for total fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium are listed as less than, meaning that these are the maximum intake recommendations. I'll say this for a third time, only because it's extremely important. Every person's nutrient needs are different. An athlete, a runner, or someone that leads a very sedentary lifestyle. All of these people will have different nutrient needs. And that be the basics on food labels.